So, since the launch in January, to be honest, since the PlayStation State of Play in February of last year, when we got that gameplay reveal for Suicide Squad, it's kind of been one piece of bad news after the other for the game. The launch of the Joker DLC did not bring a lot of players back. Concurrent player numbers in general were fairly low, and it's been the talk of the town that this game has underperformed. It certainly didn't meet the expectations of a lot of fans. It didn't meet my expectations as someone who is a hardcore Arkham fan. And it pains me to say that. I'm not generally a negative person, but I gotta be honest, right? I played this game. I didn't love what I experienced. There were some aspects that I thought were kind of promising. I thought the gameplay was pretty solid. I thought the visuals were quite beautiful. And I was sort of into the whole concept that maybe they were gonna bring the Justice League back. And I mean, spoiler alert, that's true. The Mrs. Freeze DLC that I didn't even really want to cover because I didn't love what I played or what I tried out confirms that they're bringing back the Justice League members. The Flash is alive. It was revealed in like a 5-second cutscene and then a literal slideshow, but he's back and he's healing at the Hall of Justice. And so clearly all of these hints and teases and sort of Easter eggs that we had to go hunting for about the post-launch plans are all true. They're bringing back the Justice League. And you never know. I don't know if Kevin Conroy had recorded something before his passing. There might be something for Batman to return. And that's like the little tiny glimmer of hope that I have for the game. But unfortunately, we just got some really bad news for the folks at Rocksteady. Eurogamer is reporting that Rocksteady has been hit with layoffs. As reported by Tom Phillips, the editor-in-chief over at Eurogamer, it says here that the company's QA department has seen its size almost cut in half over the past month. Eurogamer understands, from 33 team members to 15. Really, really rough situation. And I feel especially bad for the folks in the QA department who have to deal with this. I feel for those who have lost their jobs due to this. I really hope that some of these people who I imagine are incredibly talented and good at their jobs find work at another studio. It's also mentioned here in the Eurogamer article that the job losses extend outside of QA2. One staff member posting publicly on social media over the weekend revealed they have been told they were being made redundant in the middle of their paternity leave. That is extremely rough to read. And for anybody who's dancing on graves here, for anybody who's trying to celebrate and say like, this is good, I'm glad, like, shut up, all right? Like, your opinion is completely irrelevant. Anybody who wants to laugh at a serious situation like this, people's livelihoods, people's jobs being lost, who want to dance on these graves, absolutely disgusting. No matter how you slice this, it's incredibly unfortunate. Yes, I too didn't like Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. I am not cheering for somebody to lose their job because of it. At the end of the day, the folks at Rocksteady still made Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, and Batman Arkham Knight, some of the best superhero games ever made. Yes, they missed on their latest attempt, and they maybe missed the mark by quite a bit, but they still have a really solid track record to prove themselves from before this game. If anything, this is just more so proof that this live service craze, it's just not working out. We need Rocksteady to go back to their roots. We need them to go working on another single-player, story-driven experience. And obviously, because of these layoffs, you know, it's mentioned in the Eurogamer article that this now will lead to the people who are remaining at Rocksteady to be shouldered with more work. And naturally, that makes sense. When there's less people working at the studio, a lot of their work now gets piled on to the people who stay. And yeah, you know, this leads to questions like, what's gonna happen with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? What's the future for this game? And it's a good question to ask. We've all been wondering, like, is this game going to survive even the content that they currently have planned? You know, at the end of the game, they did tease the characters that are going to be coming. So we got Joker, we got Mrs. Freeze. I'm not sure what the Season 3 character is supposed to be. Season 4 very much hinted to be Deathstroke. I would hope that we can at least reach that. I want to play as Deathstroke in an open world game. I want to free roam as him. You know, the traversal for all these characters have been really solid. You know, the gameplay is, for the most part, pretty good. And so if they make Deathstroke just as fun as they made playing as Captain Boomerang or Deadshot or even the Joker or Mrs. Freeze to play as, then that is just like the tiny little bit that I am looking forward to. But will they even reach that point? Will we even see what the plans are there? Are we going to see the rest of the Justice League return, or are they just going to pull the plug on this game? Just today, as of when this is being recorded, they announced at PlayStation that Concord is having the plug being pulled. The game is going offline indefinitely. They're not sure if they're ever going to bring it online ever again. They're trying to explore what their options are, but it sounds like Concord is just done. And that is like completely unprecedented. The game did not meet the expectations at Sony at PlayStation, and they've shut the doors on it like a week after launch. So if anything, if there's like a silver lining to look at here, maybe Suicide Squad did well enough for them to keep the lights on, for them to say, all right, finish those 4 seasons of content, and then that's it. But I mean, only time will tell. We could get a report tomorrow that says that we're not going to get the rest of the planned content for the game. I mean, it was announced before launch that we were going to be getting an offline mode for the story mode this year. We have not gotten a single update about that since. I don't know what's going on with that. And if we're looking at the far future, Arkham Videos has reported that he saw a Rocksteady employee, a developer on LinkedIn, had updated their LinkedIn to talk about an unannounced project that they're working on. This does confirm that Rocksteady is working on a new game. And I mean, that's just natural, you know, after a game releases, you're gonna be working on the next project. We're probably not gonna hear about Rocksteady's next game for another 5 years at minimum. And this is just, you know, the nature of game development. You just don't hear a whole lot about this because you don't really scour through the LinkedIn profiles of some of these developers. So what we can definitely infer from this is that the lights are on at Rocksteady. They are working on their next game. They are going to release another game at some point in the future. And again, I really hope, as I imagine a lot of you do too at home, that it's going to go back to the Rocksteady roots, single player, story driven game. Hell, Rocksteady, make another Batman Arkham. You know, we will not complain. Okay, we got Arkham Shadow on the horizon. I'm really looking forward to it, especially after getting my hands on at Gamescom. And for as much as we're all sitting here like, oh, they're beating the dead horse, just do it, all right? If this is where the passion is this is where the studio feels most comfortable working in that world, and if what they gotta do is continue to make DC games, I'll take another Batman Arkham game from Rocksteady. And I mean, maybe if the plan is to bring Batman back, then, I mean, hell yeah, like, let's do another one. It would definitely not be the same without the voice of Kevin Conroy. That much is for sure. But there's certainly opportunity to explore things like the Battle for the Cowl. You know, we can maybe have Dick Grayson take up the mantle of Batman. Jason Todd is still around. Who knows what happened to Robin? A lot of wiggle room there to play around with if you want to do something that takes place post-Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So all in all, once again, I feel incredibly sorry for those who were hit by these layoffs, who unfortunately have lost their jobs at Rocksteady. I imagine that a lot of those folks are really talented. I have met a lot of folks who work at Rocksteady. I know for a fact that they're incredibly talented and incredibly kind people. They deserve your support during a time like this. Those who have lost their jobs, you know, please, if you work in the industry, reach out, you know, try and see if there's an opportunity for these people. And with that being said, let me now kick it to you guys. Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section below. Try to keep it civil, guys, please. What do you think about all this news? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. I've been Caboose. I'll see you guys later.
Oh boy. Oh wow. I'm not really used to getting winded. Hey, shouldn't you all be in jail?
The hell are you idiots doing? Get the Flash into stasis and get back to work.
Wish you were always that fun, Flasher. We'll make a sidekick out of you yet.